already, but I think we need to put it into print and make it plain to everybody who's gonna be responsible for that, the association or because like I said, builders come and go. So I don't think that's a good place to put that responsibility on. Anything from anybody else? Yeah.
Just on the issue of
Sure.
the septic regulations, what can we do to help advance that conversation?
Well, I think the first thing we can do is just probably have Dan here kind of pick his brain on kind of what, the questions that we all have floating around, if he could explain those, and then we can figure out which direction we need to go, Tom. I think a general discussion would be helpful to begin with, and it's just about, we'll have questions that I'm sure you can answer. I don't think they're too difficult, and if we can get to you ahead of time, send you an email or call you or whatever, so there's no surprises, that would be fair, I would think.
Yeah, I was just trying to get a sense of what we could do to prep for that meeting.
Yeah.
And honestly, Mark happens to be here tonight. He's one of the area experts, has designed hundreds, if not thousands, of systems in this town. So it strikes me that perhaps someone with his experience and perspective might be a resource. I'm not sure. I don't want to put you on the spot. If he's
we'll
willing
invite
to
you.
be part of that conversation.
I was just going to make a quick comment on the septic requirements, and not to jump ahead to your next meeting, but the background behind it is due to the fact that essentially the federal government required the town to have a higher standard for our on-site wastewater in light of the water quality of the marsh in the 70s. And that also, I think, as many of you know better than I, given your history with town, spurred the rather large undertaking of all the sewering that occurred around the marsh on the eastern side of the main turnpike. So there is, albeit a dated federal requirement, there is a requirement that set in motion the town's higher standard for septic systems and separation from groundwater, et cetera. I'm saying that not to say we shouldn't get into this. That's an older standard, and I've heard the same thing, and there are now some newer technologies that potentially can provide good treatment, but with less separation, and somebody like Mark certainly knows a lot more than I about it. But I just wanted to put on record that's not an arbitrary, thing, and it was well-meaning at the time, and maybe it is time to kind of understand newer technology and see if there are other ways to approach it that provide options to homeowners. So
I'll interpret that you're excited to
I'm excited.
dive into this project and work with us, and I appreciate that, Dan. Thank you.
The regulations, if we gotta try and fiddle around with them, have to go up. You can't go less than. So you're gonna be spending some money
Okay.
if you wanna overrule them. 'Cause you're not
Could
gonna
I just
overrule
recap?
them.
Yes, certainly.
Just for next meeting, we will bring for the first time, I guess, the proposed redraft of the sign regulations. Dan's going to review the accessory unit and provide some recommendation or comment in that regard. And I don't want to put you on the spot again, Dan, but I guess I'm going to. What else beyond that regarding these kind of new business items might we be ready to advance to this committee?
Cell towers or other items that I heard, other than that.
And the medical marijuana.
Right.
Which one do you think would be easier to?
Cell towers we allow only in the industrial zone, and we just allow them in our industrial zone. So that's a step in the right direction. Now I know that the western part of town suffers from probably the worst cell service.
The northern part.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
West, north, and
Yeah.
so I think that's I don't want to say it's a simpler discussion, but from the zoning drafting standpoint, that's at least more in my area of expertise. That's not to say we shouldn't have a workshop or something. Maybe it's more of a workshop with folks that maybe involves DEP on the subject, but also
Okay.
understand what's out there to kind of add the environmental concerns, what is in place. So to me, that's more of an expert's discussion than
Yeah, we're just looking for some guidance on it,
maybe look out in the future as to when.
Right.
I'll tell you something that should go along with a workshop, and I've tried to get this done in every town I've lived in and have not succeeded because nobody wanted to pay the money. In your tax bills that you get one piece of paper. The U.S. Post Office gives you the weight of 4 pieces of paper in one envelope. If we would send out to people, especially now where we're getting people that migrate from Worcester, Massachusetts, that have no idea on how to maintain a septic, I think that my colleague would agree with me that the majority of the problems with them is lack of care, lack of proper care. And if we could send out a piece of paper that I'd be happy to sit with whoever would like to draw it up and have it sent out once a year, we'd have a lot less problems. Because we got people here that have garbage grinders. Now, the guy in Sears Roebuck, he'll tell you the garbage grinder is meant for a septic system, but it's not. In Massachusetts, as being a septic inspector before selling a house, if they have a garbage grinder, it's going to be, and if they give me a lot of crap about not taking it out, it goes right in on their deed. No garbage grinder, period. There's a lot of things that we could address on a local level and have far less problems. Now, I'm not talking about the main mall, but individually in their homes. Because if you get somebody in their mid-30s that has never been involved in a septic system, unless they do a lot of homework, and it's really very simple, if you know about it.
All right, all set?
So the third item will be a cell tower discussion. Don't expect there'll be anything prepared, but I think we'll be prepared to lead that conversation.
All right, motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Ronnie, you still?
I'm in favor, it's all good.
All right, that's
You're
it.
off the hook here,
It's
Mark,
all right.
with rules and policies.
Thanks, Dan.
Oh, I got nervous for a minute.
Thank you,
you.
folks.
Ooh, I didn't put that on my
Thank
schedule.
you.
It didn't sound familiar, and I thought I was somewhat on the ball of what I was doing.
You said you can't change regulations
Sort of.
unless you go up, and that's what.
Septic?
Yeah.
No.
Did you,
Because this town-